Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein coming to you live from the NBC29 Digital Desk with the Morning Rush. We start things off this morning in Madison County. That's where the Quaker Run wildfire continues to spread. The sheriff's office is encouraging evacuations for anyone north of Finks Hollow Lane. That's according to the Department of Forestry. As of Sunday evening, the fire had scorched 2,400 acres, and over the weekends, the flames breached a containment line. Madison County has declared a local emergency. During this time, folks are urged not to burn outdoors. Election day is tomorrow, and college students can vote in Virginia even if they live out of state. The Department of Elections says dorm addresses can be used as proof of residence. UVA is giving students a chance to do their civic duty by giving them the day off. More than 500,000 students are enrolled in Virginia's colleges and universities. The school year phones are banned for K through 12 students in Charlottesville. So is it working? Well, the district's chief academic officer says the results are mixed. Sure, students aren't using their devices in class, she says, but cracking down on phones is proving more difficult in hallways, bathrooms, and the cafeteria. There have been talks of possibly using those magnetic pouch systems in schools. And Bennett's Village can now start the ball rolling on its project in Charlottesville thanks to a grant from the Perry Foundation. It is giving Bennett's Village a $100,000 matching grant. This money will help the nonprofit build a multi-generational all abilities play space in Penn Park. Once the match is met, Bennett's Village will have raised $500,000. Phase 1 of Bennett's Village will include an all accessible tree house. I've always loved tree houses, so that's pretty cool.
Loved them as a kid.
Yeah, so that's fun. Awesome.
Okay, so how much money makes people wealthy in America today? So 2.6 million, that represents the net worth of the median American family in the upper 10%. So those are like the higher income people. So you go to the next one, 483,000. That's how much Americans believe they would need to earn in a year to be rich. So that's more than 6 times the average salary, which is $75,000 in America. I mean, it's quite interesting. And then 2.2 million, that's how much net worth Americans say someone needs to be considered wealthy. So interesting. And then 560,000, that's the sum, that's the average net worth of nearly half Americans who actually feel wealthy. So just kind of interesting to kind of look at these numbers. I feel far away from all these facts.
Yeah.
And the term millionaire may have lost some of its luster, but it remains the kind of like the benchmark of American wealth. You know, if you become a millionaire, you feel like you've made it. Like that's, but
I feel like these figures are all over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah, just what people perceive to be wealthy. But
yeah,
the 2.6 million, I think that's the figure to be in the upper 10%, what you should consider wealthy in the country.
Exactly, right.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's kind of interesting what people perceive and whatnot. So.
But for some people, wealth is in happiness.
That's true.
Some people are.
Way to stay positive.
There you go. Some people are wealthy in other aspects of life.
That's very true.
All right. Got to tell yourself that.
So speaking of money, here are some holiday tips for saving this holiday shopping season. So one, they recommend, experts recommend, look at your credit card debt that you racked up last year.
Yeah.
And if you're still paying it off or you have regrets about your generosity, then you should cut your holiday spending budget to by half.
Okay.
So, and then buying on sale doesn't necessarily mean that you're saving. So you really want to, just because it's on sale doesn't mean you're saving money, but it has that, makes us feel like we've saved. And
I think all of us fall into that trap of thinking, oh wow, look how much I saved, when in reality you're not saving.
Right, exactly. And last year consumers, they spent 33 weeks, a consumer checkbook spent 33 weeks tracking sale prices at 24 major retailers. And they just found that a lot of times those are bogus discounts.
Yeah.
So.
What you'd normally be paying.
Yeah. Okay, so procrastinators usually lead to poor decisions.
That's me.
Because you're in a rush to find stuff and you're just kind of buying. So it's like this panic shopping. So they say set a deadline for your holiday shopping when you want it done by. I think that's great. I So I'm like this other person, like my mom. We start holiday shopping. I started in July. I mean, I have a
That's
ton
really
of
early,
a bunch
yeah.
of kids, but
Yeah.
and family, and it just helps you spread out your bills for every month, and then you're not racing. You had months to make your purchases, and it's just less stress and more mindful spending.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always say I'm going to get it done early this year, and
Yeah.
lo and behold, a week before Christmas, I'm rushing around trying to buy everything.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just it's like an idea in my head. I'm going to do this early, but not actually setting down a concrete idea. So I think the date idea is pretty
yeah,
good.
setting a date.
Give
People
yourself
need
a date.
deadlines.
Yeah.
That's true.
Deadline.
So that could be, maybe that's what you should do, maybe.
That's what I'm going to try this year and see if it works.
Okay. All right, switching gears. We've been talking about the weather, and my kids are like hoping for snow. So this is kind of an interesting thing. How cold and snowy will the United States be? Well, the answer might lie in Siberia's October snow. So snow reflects about 70% to 80% of the sun's warmth. Okay. October is when Siberia and the entire Eurasia region sees the greatest expansion of snow cover. So just how snow-covered Siberia gets, how much it gets in the fall, kind of helps meteorologists forecast how
Yeah.
icy and cold the region will be here, where we are. And so we're looking in Virginia, we're looking to about 6 to 8 inches of snow.
But just based off of Siberia.
Yeah. And according, if they look at Siberia and what happens there, it's usually 75%. It's right
Yeah.
75% of the time.
You can already see snowflakes in Charlottesville, though.
Yes, that's right.
She got me this morning. She caught me off guard.
Yeah.
She's like, I saw snowflakes in Charlottesville. I'm like, it's not even
You're
cold
like,
enough to snow.
yeah. But we were talking about the lights.
The lights,
They're
yeah.
hanging. Yeah.
They put them up, so
Looks
they're in the
nice.
holiday spirit in Charlottesville.
I know, it's happening. We are there.
All right.
So,
All right, thank you,
You're
Jennifer.
welcome.
Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. We've got a high of 66 today. No snowfall yet, but that time will come. And then tomorrow, nearly 80 degrees for our election day. No excuse not to get out to vote. And it looks like we're staying fairly mild throughout the week. A chance of rain on our Friday, which we definitely need the rain. And then in the 60s, lower 60s, upper 50s for our weekend. Hope you have a great Monday out there, a great start to the work week. We'll see you again on NBC 29 News at noon.